Hello everyone, in this class let us discuss about the design of registers. They are actually registers are a small and fast storage units inside CPU. It is constructed by using flip-flops like a D, J, K, T. Each flip-flop stores one bit of information. It is to for temporary storage, transfer, manipulations. Essentially, it is are used. These registers are used in ALU control units and microprocessors. Let us know about different types of registers. There are mainly five types of registers. One is buffer register, second one is control buffer register, third one is shift register, and the fourth one is bidirectional shift register. Fifth one is universal shift register. Now let us discuss briefly one by one by knowing the by knowing the brief information about each one. Now let us discuss about a buffer register. Buffer register it is a temporarily stores data during transfer between devices or units. This bit stored in D flip-flop. It is controlled by load signals. Here the block diagram, when I give an input into a D flip-flop, it gives an output by storing the data during transformation. Now we can use this buffer register for a temporary storage data between LUs and memory, and buffering input data transfers. Now control buffer registers. Control buffer registers used for stores control information or instructions code temporarily. It is a part of a control unit in a processor designed with the D flip-flop having enable and clear controls. These functions has hold instructions. It can hold instructions fetched from memory and send signals to ALU memory inputs units. Examples are IR. IR means full form is instruction registers. We discussed about a buffer register and a control buffer register. Now let's discuss about a shift register. The shift register is used to store and shift data on each clock pulse. Built using a cascade D flip-flop, it shifts the data from left or to right depending on the design. There are mainly four types of shifts: serial in, serial out, serial in, parallel out, parallel in, serial out, parallel in, parallel out. Here, short forms I have given. We can use this or this. Applications of this shift register is data storage, serial parallel conversation, delay lines. Previously, we discussed about a shift buffer register. Buffer register is nothing but it temporarily stores data during transfer between devices. A control buffer means control information it stores, and the shift register means it can store and shift. Now, discuss the operation with the shift register operation with some example. An example like I have taken 4-bit right shift register. I have in here the diagram I have given that F1 and F2 have considered it, and when I give in some input, then it gives some output. That is all performed in D flip flop. Clock pulse operation. Clock pulse operation nothing much means how pulse is operated in this shift register. Each pulse moves data one bit right. Means like I have given input 1011, it shifts then 011x. Again it shifts then 11xx. Here we can observe it is moving to right like this. This 10 is cancelled, and here after 11 have placed cross. Now bidirectional shift register. Bidirectional shift register means nothing but it shifts data in both directions. We observed that shift register is used to shift right or left. But bidirectional shift register you can use it in both directions using control inputs. Means it is also called as a DIR. DIR. In the maxes, here maxes are selected inputs from either left or right flip flop. We can observe the truth table of this bidirectional shift register. Truth table is when I consider bidirectional shift register as a zero, then it can perform a shift of right operation. Or I have considered one, then it can perform shift left. This bidirectional shift register can use it in data rotating, arithmetic shift operations, serial communications. Now let us here previously we discussed four types that buffer register, control buffer register, shift register, basics shift register, operation with some examples, and bidirectional shift register. Now let us go through universal shift register. Universal shift register means it can perform all operations like hold, shift left, shift right, and parallel load. It is used for it can use 4 to 1 max per flip flop with control lines S1 S1 S0. We can observe the table that have considered two inputs S1 and S0. Then when S1 and S0 are both zeros, then operation is called hold. They here no change occurs. When S1 is 0 and S0 is 0, then shift register operation is a shift right. When S1 is 0 and S1 is 1 and S0 is 0, then it shifts left. If both are 1 1, then a parallel operation occurs. This shift register used for data manipulation and microprocessing registers. Now let us compare and applications. Know about the applications. In this row have taken as register types. I have considered next operation, next control input, next use. By this we can observe, we can compare everything and can observe that buffer register means if a register type is buffer register, then it operates the operation of this buffer register is data storage. Control input is when we give some load, then it is called as control input. It is used for temporary storage. Now let us take a register type as a control buffers register. Then its operation is control data. It control input is enable and clear. We have discussed previously that control buffer register can have enable and clear with the D flip flop. It is used for instruction decoding. Next, shift register. Shift register means a one directional shift register. It goes either left or either right. Its control input is a clock. Control input is a clock. Uses is a serial right or left parallel conversation. Bidirectional shift register. Bidirectional shift register means nothing. It has a two directional. The shift register, normal shift direction has a one direction, that is left or right. But bidirectional has a two shifts, both right and left. Its control input is a DIR. DIR means nothing but directional input register. It is used for data rotating. Here let us discuss about a universal shift register. Universal shift register has an operation as multi-mode. Its control unit is S1 and S0. DSS is a vessel data handling. These registers are used as a in a CPU and ALU data handling, digital communication system, microcontrolling registers, DSP, and automatic operations. Now let us conclude these registers by taking overview. Registers are visual for storing and transferring data efficiently. Different designs offer specific functionalities. Universal Shift Register provides highest versatility. Understanding registers design is a key to mastering computer and the architecture and digital. We discussed that what is how can design a register and how many types of registers and we discussed each register as a buffer register, control buffer register, shift register, shift register with shift register operation with some example. Next, bidirectional shift register, universal shift register, and also we have compared everything with each other. Then we have concluded. Now, thank you so much for